Again, I'd like to welcome all parents, teachers, administrators, school board members who join us tonight. Before we start with the scholarship program, I'd like to really point out one of the most important things and highlight the sponsors listed in the program. It certainly speaks volumes about our school district and its close personal relationship and business partnership with a wonderful community. Because of their generosity, all of our students are benefiting tonight. So if we could give them a round of applause. I'd be remiss if I didn't acknowledge Mrs. Linda Fagan and Mrs. Susan Rosenberg of the front office area, who completely put together the program one. And although it went by in 45 minutes, it probably took 45 days to put together. So they did an amazing job, and I'm really happy to be working with them. Putting together a scholarship ceremony for 354 students also requires so much more than just handing out pretty much $250,000. The scholarship selection committee spends a month of April working closely together to match up our seniors with the criteria for the scholarships listed. From there, the year-round beginning and finishing touches are put on by Mrs. Vasta, our bookkeeper, and Mrs. Laycock, secretary in the assistant principal's office. And both of these women take so much pride in their role, and I'm just so thankful for them. So if we could also give them a... To say that Timberlane Regional High School class of 2012 is a competitive one would be a complete understatement. And whether you're receiving one scholarship tonight or numerous, you need to recognize that you've all been highlighted as somebody who stands out, and that deserves the greatest congratulations. All of you have a story that's led to the scholarship you will receive tonight. You set a goal, you made a plan, and you've achieved. Congratulations to all of you. So let's give away some money. We'll be starting with a John Bordelais Memorial Scholarship. And John Bordelais was a very caring young man. As a student at Timberlane, John always took the time to play basketball with special education students during his free time. While at Timberlane, John played football. He also enjoyed fishing, hockey, racing, and all sports. He was a laborer in the union and was headed to mechanic school. The John Bordelais Memorial Scholarships are awarded to Christopher Negrati and Joshua Nimmo. Thank you. The Madame Lee Buckley Memorial Scholarship. This year, when the Spanish Honor Society was fundraising for Madame Lee Buckley Scholarship, a student told Miss O'Leary that her older brother wouldn't have graduated because he wasn't passing French. So Madame Buckley worked with that student. He passed French and eventually graduated. We need more teachers like Madame Buckley. The scholarship is awarded to students who are pursuing a major and minor in education and or foreign language. The Madame Lee Buckley Memorial Scholarships are awarded to Stacia Andre, Adam Sullivan, and Molly Cartier. The Deidre Ann Bedzina Memorial Scholarship. Her friends often said that Deidre was like the AAA. In Deidre's case, AAA stood for Angel Airways Available. Always, so Angel Always Available. Deidre was always there for you no matter what. If you needed a ride home, she drove you. If you needed money, she'd loan it to you. If you needed a shoulder to cry on, she was there for you. Perfect Strangers also felt the reach for her caring nature. From her efforts to collecting needed items for our military soldiers in harm's way, to volunteering her help with Meals on Wheels, Deidre always showed a very caring nature that she always willing to lend a helping hand to everyone, from friends, total strangers alike. The Deidre Ann Bedzina Memorial Scholarship is awarded to Jennifer Durkee. Lieutenant Mark R. Caldwell Annual Scholarship honors a student who has exhibited clear and consistent commitment to his or her goals while attending Timberlane. Such commitment includes the eagerness to participate in school activities, strong civic interest, desire for additional education, scholastic ability, proven work ethic, and an appreciation for the opportunity to call New Hampshire home. The Lieutenant Mark R. Caldwell U.S. Navy Memorial Scholarship is awarded to Gregory Stockman. Dimitri Gabriel Memorial Scholarship. Demi Gabriel was an outstanding young man that was extremely well regarded by our faculty, his friends, his teammates, while a student athlete here at Timberlane. The strength of his character and leadership are what set him apart from his peers. He was a young man that always represented our school, his family, and his country with great pride. The Dimitri Gabriel Memorial Scholarships are awarded to Luke Morier and Zachary Bridson. Major Jeremy J. Graysick Memorial Scholarship is given in honor to the valedictorian of the Timberlane Regional High School. Jeremy graduated from Timberlane in 1995. He led it in varsity basketball and soccer, served in multiple school organizations, received the 1995 Outstanding Senior Award, and was the valedictorian of a senior class. Following graduation from Timberlane, Jeremy went on to graduate with honors from the U.S. Naval Academy in Annapolis, Maryland. He was commissioned into the United States Marine Corps in 1999. His career in the Corps had him participating in almost all of our nation's conflicts in the last decade. He passed from our world on July 12, 2011. The Major Jeremy J. Graysick Memorial Scholarship is awarded to valedictorian Emily Aubrey. There was nothing more important to Chris Harrington than his 3 children that would make them successful in life. Chris was very involved in the Timberlane Regional School District. He served on the Budget Committee and was very instrumental in the last building project here at the high school. Even though academics were very important, Chris believed that to be a successful adult, you need to be well-rounded. That is why scholarship is given to a student who exhibits character, honor, resolve, integrity, and spirit. The Christopher Harrington Memorial Scholarships are awarded to Peter Leondaris, Nicole Brown, Andrew Breen, and Alexandra Ogeman. Daniel Hendershot was a gentle soul, a kind heart, who loved everyone unconditionally. His entire life, Daniel was active playing soccer for Timberlane Timberwolves from age 6 to 16. He loved to be outdoors, snowboarding, camping, and fishing with his friends. He was easy to get along with, quiet and considerate of others. If you needed help, he would drop whatever he was doing to go to your side. If Dan saw someone sitting alone and not being included, he would sit with them and invite them to join him. His friendship transcended social groups as well as ages. He was comfortable spending the afternoon with senior citizen as he was with a toddler. Dan's desire to help people led him to Hackberry, Louisiana, with his church 2 years in a row on mission trips to rebuild homes that had been destroyed by Hurricane Katrina. That experience taught Daniel the reward of volunteering and making a difference in another person's life. It has been our hope that the Daniel Hendershot Memorial Scholarship would make a difference in the Timberlane's senior's life as well. The Daniel Hendershot Memorial Scholarship is awarded to Taylor Atherton. The scholarship fund was started to recognize and remember the spirit and lighthearted, fun-loving Danielle Janko. Danielle unexpectedly passed away at 15 years old in a car accident on November 6, 2005. The scholarship has been set up to help those with similar dreams and aspirations as Danielle reach their goals. In June of 2008, Danielle's graduating class, we awarded the first scholarship to members of her class at Timberlane Regional High School. Danielle became involved with dance at a very early age. This soon dance became her passion. She also demonstrated compassion for those less fortunate, and she truly enjoyed helping others, especially children. It was her plan to continue education and become a social worker. The students receiving this year's scholarships have demonstrated both a commitment to helping others as well as a passion for dance. The Danielle Gretchen Janko Memorial Scholarships are awarded to Sarah Tubbs and Annie Walsh. This scholarship is dedicated to the memory of Mr. Daniel Ketchum, outstanding educator, respected colleague, and true friend. Daniel was a mathematics teacher at Timberlane High School for several years. He brought an inspirational attitude to his work. His colleagues referred to him as the Energizer Bunny. No matter how demanding his schedule, he always found the time to help students or fellow educators or to give a word of encouragement. This scholarship is awarded in the name of Daniel Ketchum as a token of the esteem from the community he served, to help keep his energy and memory alive, and to acknowledge the sacrifices his family made in sharing his life with us. The Daniel Ketchum Memorial Scholarship is awarded to Molly Cartier. Jennifer Klink was a Timberlane student who found her true passion in the home ec department. In the kitchen, juggling baking pans full of pastries, Jennifer got a needed break from her health challenges. After graduation, Jennifer lost her battle with cancer, but not before achieving her dream of attending culinary school. This scholarship is awarded to a deserving senior who will be also attending culinary school. The Jennifer Klink Memorial Scholarship is awarded to Taryn Merrill. John Lapham was a highly respected officer, father, and individual. He dedicated part of his law enforcement career to helping children. He enjoyed being a DARE officer, and truly cared about the well-being and the future of our youth. As a police officer, John witnessed how negative experiences affect young people, and without positive reinforcement, their lives could spiral out of control. He would be so proud to know that he is helping a young person through this scholarship to be a productive member of society. The scholarship represents his convictions about giving a young person the opportunity to achieve their goals and making a difference not only in their own lives, but society as well. The John Lapham Memorial Scholarship is awarded to Jeffrey Singster. Stephanie Lapine attended Timberlane and graduated in 2005. She enjoyed music, dance, and art as evidenced by the years she dedicated to them. Stephanie began dancing at the age of 3, started playing the violin and flute in grade 4, and continued throughout high school, where she played flute in the school band. Stephanie began pursuing a career in cosmetology, which utilized her talents and creativity and was something she truly loved. In a tragic turn of events, we lost Stephanie in February 2010 to a severe asthma attack at the young age of 22. These scholarships are our attempt to keep Stephanie's memory alive by helping other people who share the same interests. The Stephanie Lapine Memorial Scholarships are awarded to Corinne Weber, Erin Farrington, Emma Whitaker, and Sarah Tubbs. The Eric C. Lovett Memorial Scholarship is awarded to a football player who exemplifies team spirit and has a strong work ethic and character. The Eric C. Lovett Memorial Scholarship is awarded to Brett Matthews. Jamie Martin was a dedicated and enthusiastic educator and coach for over 4 decades. He was proud to spend his whole life serving others. He worked as a high school teacher in Iowa, then in Ohio, in Thailand as a member of the Peace Corps, and then as a teacher in New Hampshire. The final 7 years of his career were spent at Timberlane, where he served as the English department head and as an instructor for the GED program. Jamie was respected by his students and well-liked by his peers. Every day he would strive to spread his enjoyment of literature and life with his classes and his co-workers. The Jamie Martin Memorial Scholarship is awarded to Victoria O'Meara. Scott I. McManus Memorial Scholarship was established with the generous support of those participating in the second annual Memorial Motorcycle Ride in the summer of 2010. The memorial ride was started by Scott's younger brother Kyle, who wanted to honor his brother who died suddenly at 39 from a massive heart attack in June of 2009. Scott grew up in Plastown, New Hampshire, attended Timberlane, and continued to live in the area raising his family. Scott was outspoken with a ready smile and a caring heart. He loved all facets of the building trade and eventually established his own construction company in the area. If you met him, it would become immediately obvious how much he cared for his children, family, work, and community of friends and colleagues, hunting and fishing. Scott's family is so grateful for the amazing participation and generosity of all those who participated in that fundraiser, providing the opportunity for Scott's legacy to carry on for young people in the area. The Scott I. McManus Memorial Scholarship is awarded to Christopher Negrati. Tammy McSheehy Memorial Scholarship is awarded in loving memory to Tammy. She was a loving wife, mother, and grandmother. Tammy had love for all students who knew her over the 29 years working at the Pollard School Library. It was she and her family's wish that the scholarship be established to help a Pollard alumnus further his or her education. The Tammy McSheehy Memorial Scholarship is awarded to Shane Mullins. Steve Pazanisi was a strong supporter of the Timberlane Performing Arts program. He truly enjoyed watching his 3 daughters perform in orchestra and chorus concert, plays, and musicals. The Stephen T. Pazanisi Memorial Scholarship is awarded to students majoring in music or the arts. The Stephen T. Pazanisi Memorial Scholarships are awarded to Morgan LaMonica, Devin Larrabee, and Ryan Picard. Helen Finney began her career in the Timberlane Regional School District as a secretary at Pollard School in September of 1964 and retired as the administrative secretary to the principal in June 2007 at the age of 80. During her long tenure as secretary, Mrs. Finney welcomed and watched over several generations of Pollard School students, teachers, staff, and administrators. Helen Finney was one of the founding members of the TSSA, Timberlane Support Staff Association. In addition, Helen was instrumental in creating scholarships awarded to many Timberlane graduates over the years. The Helen Finney Memorial Scholarship is awarded to Michael Ferrulo. This scholarship is given in memory of Ann Reardon, an innovative social studies teacher and dynamic advisor to the Student Council during the 1990s and early years of our 21st century. and set a high standard as a model for our first Owls expectation. Offer your best and be involved, contributing members to your community. The Ann Reardon Memorial Scholarships awarded to Nick Delfino, Gina Salk, Caitlin Donnelly, and Kaylee Sullivan. Lisa Richardson was a member of the Timberlane Players who pursued theater after graduating from Timberlane. She was one of the most naturally gifted actors Mr. Constano has ever had the pleasure of directing. Her positive energy provided a spark for every cast she worked with, and her presence in a production raised the level of performance from every cast member lucky enough to perform with Lisa. The Lisa Richardson Memorial Scholarship is awarded to Carly Hamilton. Richard Shields was a devoted son, loving brother, and friend to many. Rich was an avid golfer, enjoyed being outdoors, and was always willing to help a friend. Rich is missed daily, remembered fondly, and would have been in the graduating class of 1980 at Timberlane. In loving memory of Rich, the Richard Shields Memorial Scholarship is awarded to an individual entering the field of criminal justice or the healthcare profession. The Richard Shields Memorial Scholarship is awarded to Kaylee Paradis. Scott didn't let obstacles get in the way of seeking his passions. With the assistance of mentors, he challenged established norms in seeking education that satisfied his curiosity and zest for learning. This scholarship is awarded to a senior who personifies Scott's spirit. The Scott Smith Memorial Scholarships are awarded to Anne Marie Steele and Scott McNeil. Mrs. Nancy Walker was a case coordinator in the Intensive Needs Program from 1999 to 2007. In 2003, Mrs. Walker took over running the school store formerly known as the Owl's Nest. Nancy was excited about this project, and she had a vision of the potential of what this program could do for her students, our students, who she cared for very deeply. Mrs. Walker was serious about her work and always encouraged and expected our students to live up to their potential. She had a great sense of humor and a big heart. She was always giving. If a student was in need, she would make sure their needs were met. After a courageous battle, Mrs. Nancy Walker succumbed to cancer on October 1st of 2007. She had many beautiful qualities, and the person receiving this award has been seen by others to share some of those wonderful qualities. This year's Nancy Walker Memorial Scholarships are presented to Taylor Steichman, Cassandra Seeley, Lauren Seaver, Lindsay Parsley, and Amanda Hankel. We're going to go to the Daniel Romanek Scholarship right now. I'll read it. And we'll pause on the Don Weston. The Daniel Romanek Memorial Scholarship is offered in memory of Danny Romanek, who died in a car accident during his sophomore year at Timberlane. Danny was a kind-hearted kid who treated others as he would like to be treated and stood up for those who often could not stand up for themselves. He brought a smile to those who knew him. Danny was a behind-the-scenes leader, and this scholarship is offered to a graduating senior of similar character who plans to attend a four-year college. This year's Daniel F. Romanek Memorial Scholarship goes to Adam Sullivan. The Don Weston Memorial Scholarship is presented each year in honor of Don Weston. Don was an active member of the Timberlane community as well as the Danville community, organizing senior citizen programs, recreational programs and camps, and participating in various communities and organizations around the town. She was active in both Timberlane softball and Timberlane tennis boosters at the high school level, as well as volunteering on Timberlane Student Council. The Don Weston Memorial Scholarship is awarded to Taylor Ordway. TRHS May Hooley was brought up in the Timberlane Regional School District. She was taken from us unexpectedly in 1993. Each year, the Hooley family gives a small but meaningful scholarship in memory of her life with us. She would be very proud of her tribute to the future of Timberlane students, as she was a very social, athletic, and funny girl. To know her was to love her. The TRHS May Hooley Memorial Scholarship is awarded to Kristen Fiore. We're going to go to, that finishes the memorial section of our scholarships, so we're going to just get right into the other scholarships. This year's Adventure Law 2012 Adventure Law Scholarship goes to Christopher Iacosi. The 2012 Alumni Trust Scholarship goes to William Taylor. Our Atkinson Graphics Scholarship goes to Melissa Condon. This year's Atkinson Women's Civic Club, presented by Mrs. Marilyn Prell, former English teacher extraordinaire here at the high school, is Ann Walsh and Rebecca McDougall. If this thing falls, I'm in trouble. Mrs. Prella will also be presenting the Atkinson Women's Garden Club Scholarship, which goes to Stacy Powers. The 2012 Jane Brown Scholarship goes to Katie Ambrosio. The Ruth G. Campbell Trust Scholarship goes to Molly Cartier. Sylvester T. Les Castano Memorial Scholarship goes to Morgan LaMonica. Ruth and Clifton Cook Trust Scholarship goes to Siobhan Phillip. This year's Danville Dad Scholarship goes to John Ortega and Christian Ryan. going to say both of them. The Daughter of the American Revolution Scholarship goes to Caitlin Donnelly. This year's Maud and John Dustin Music Trust Scholarship goes to Audrey Cole. The 2012 Guest Photography Scholarship presented by Mrs. Susan Ober goes to Audrey Renahan. The Goss Peeler Scholarship goes to Megan Jackson. This year's Claudine Hanlon Trust Scholarship goes to Casey Lowe's. The Herff Jones Scholarship this year goes to Kaylee Sullivan. The 2012 Barbara Hopkins Scholarship goes to Kyle Cormier. Frank Kelcourse Memorial Trust Scholarship goes to Allison Mills. The 2012 Harold B. Kidder Plastow Fishing Game Scholarship presented by Mrs. Roy, our guidance counselor, goes to Christopher Iacosi. The Lebowski Trust Scholarship goes to Nadine Shaheen and Sierra Obi. S-H-A-H-I-N. Our Liberty Grange Trust Scholarship goes to Janet Lavridge. This year's Jake Lovett Timberlane Jr. Football Scholarship, presented by Mr. Jerry Lovett, goes to Brian Hazard and Evan Bidgood. The 2012 Merrimack Valley Hospital Scholarships go to Elizabeth Young and Lauren Caruso. The 2012 New Hampshire School Transportation Association Scholarship goes to Amanda Cortez. This year's PACE scholarships go to Stacia Andre and Emily Rose. Plastow Fire Auxiliary Scholarship goes to Joseph Coy. Plastow Historical Society Scholarship goes to Nick Delfino. This year's Plastow Lions Club Scholarship, presented by Mr. Pete Johnson, goes to Christina Pinokas. It's Bill Loans is in place of Pete Johnson. So. Pete's got a long beard, he says, so we didn't recognize him. Thank you. The 2012 Pollard PTA Scholarship goes to Victoria O'Meara. Our Region 10 Scholarship goes to Catherine Katie Tomasi. The Sandown Baseball Association Scholarships, presented by Laura McLaughlin. It's Taylor Atherton. Taylor Atherton. Sandown PTA in 5th grade scholarship, presented by Mrs. Laura McLaughlin. The 5th grade scholarship goes to Joshua Nimmer. And Laura will also be presenting the PTA scholarships which are going to Sarah Tubbs and Andrew Shore. Our 2012 Sandown Lions Club Scholarship goes to Kaylee Sullivan. Sandown Old Home Days Rogue Runners Scholarships we presented to Gregory Stockman and Alexandra Ogeman. Seacoast Coca-Cola Scholarship this year goes to Janet Lavridge. This year's Timberlane Teachers Association Scholarship, presented by Mr. Lou Broad, goes to Kaylee Paradis. We have 2 Timberlane Middle School PTSA scholarships. They go to Nick Delfino and Elizabeth Asaf. This year's Timberlane Support Staff Scholarships go to Stacy Powers and Siobhan Fuller. We've given out just about $150,000 here, so just want to let you know that. Our Timberwolves Soccer Club scholarships go to Adam Sullivan, Megan Jackson, Emily Rose, and Caitlin Donnelly. Presented by Susan Ober. Our TRHS Boosters Club Scholarship Trust goes to Michael Igo. This year's TRHS Comedy Club scholarships go to presented by Mr. Mike Smith, go to William Taylor, Joe Ruane, and James Goodrow. Those are the cords that they'll be wearing at graduation. The duct tape cords. Thanks, Mr. Smith. See, as TRHS Dance Team Scholarships go to Sarah Tubbs, Annie Walsh, Casey Lowe's, and Elizabeth Asaf. This year's TRHS Historical Honor Society Scholarship goes to Molly Cartier. This year's TRHS Math Honor Society and Math Team Scholarships, presented by Lorraine Massioli, go to Katie Tomasi, Erin Desjardins, Victoria O'Meara, Kaylee Sullivan, and Peter Leanderis. And our math team scholarships, Peter, why don't you stay right there? Our math team scholarships, presented by Ms. Massioli, is Gregory Stockman and Peter Leanderis. It's like a comedy club. This year's TRHS National Honor Society Scholarship goes to Gina Sock. She's not here, so Nick Delfino will come and get her for her. I like it. Thanks, Nick. TRHS Players Scholarship this year goes to Annie Walsh and Morgan LaMonica. Our TRHS Principal Scholarship, presented by Mr. Donald Woodworth, go to Peter Leanderis and Katie Tomasi. We have a few TRHS PTSA scholarships. They go to Corinne Weber, Annie Walsh, and Nick Delfino. The 2012 TRHS Senior Class Scholarships, presented by Mrs. Corey Blaze and Mrs. Julie Patrisso, go to Victoria O'Meara and Molly Cartier. Our 2012 TRHS Spanish Honor Society, presented by Mrs. Amy O'Leary, go to Nicole Brown, Elizabeth Asaf, and Nadine Shaheen. This year's TRHS Student Council Scholarship, presented by Mrs. Jennifer Libby, is Destiny Fisher. We have a few TRHS Yearbook Scholarships this year, and they are presented by Ms. Jennifer Clark, and they go to Sierra Obi and Taryn Merrill. And Miss McQueen as well. This year's TYFL Girls Cheerleading Scholarship goes to Chelsea McNamara. Presented by Mrs. Gail Middlebus. And our last scholarship for the evening, the Unitel Energy Systems Scholarship, presented by Mrs. Brenda Babylon, is Stacia Andre. Well, that concludes our scholarship program. I'd like to once again congratulate all of you on your award tonight. Remember, Tiverlane has given you the gift to enlighten your mind. It's your duty now to share that mind. The journey is endless, and so are the possibilities. I know this high school has prepared you well to go forward and compete. But most importantly, be good. Goodness is what makes this place special, Timberlane. Not good at something, but good people here at Timberlane. Thank you and have a great night.